Welcome to this live session focusing on concrete strategies for optimizing performance. My name is Lizzie and for the last 25 years, I've been working with leaders like yourself, helping them become even better. I work with a team of amazing individuals at Brighter Leaders. You may learn more about us on brighterleaders.com. And welcome from Sweden, where I'm calling right now. Whether you are here as an HR professional, a CEO, or C-level executive, I'm sure you too wish to achieve peak performance. Today, I'll focus on optimizing performance by sharing strategies for conquering underperformance, combining both the inner and the outer game of leadership. Before we dive into the core of our session, I'd like to start with a question. What do you believe is the most common cause of underperformance in your organization? Feel free to share your thoughts in the chat. Underperformance can stem from various factors, including lack of clarity in role expectations, insufficient feedback, and inadequate skills or resources. According to Gallup's report, State of the Global Workplace, from last year, only 23% of global employees are engaged, meaning 77% are either not engaged or actively disengaged. Additionally, 52% of employees in the USA and Canada report experiencing high levels of stress, which significantly impacts their performance. Let me share a quick story with you. I once worked with a company where the sales team was consistently underperforming. Upon closer examination, it was clear that the issue wasn't lack of effort, but rather a disconnect between the team and their leader. The leader was highly skilled, but lacked the ability to communicate effectively and help the team thrive. Through targeted coaching, we were able to transform not only the leader's approach, but also the team's performance. Within 6 months, employee satisfaction increased and their sales numbers improved by 30%. This transformation was possible by focusing on both the inner and the outer game. The inner game involves the mental and emotional aspects of leadership, self-awareness, mindset, resilience, emotional intelligence. The outer game involves the external actions, skills, behaviors, and strategies used to lead effectively. Here are a few interesting facts. Companies that invest in leadership development outperform their competitors by 15% and are 1.7 times more likely to be innovative. A Gallup study found that managers account for at least 70% of the variance in employee engagement scores across business units. According to a survey by Brandon Hall Group, 58% of organizations' top priority is closing leadership skill gaps. Thanks to latest neuroscience findings, we now know of the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections called neuroplasticity, which makes completely obsolete the old saying, old dogs can't learn new tricks. Let me share a personal story. I love water. And my latest activity that I started 2 years ago is wing foil. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's a water sport that combines elements of windsurfing, kite surfing, and hydrofoiling. Unlike windsurfing, windfoiling doesn't use a mast. Instead, we hold a hand-led inflatable wing, which is independent from the board. The board itself has a hydrofoil attached underneath, which lifts the board above the water as you gain speed, giving the sensation of flying over the water. I met a woman in her 70s that, just like me, had just started wingfoiling, and she was really good. Imagine what could happen in your teams with a similar attitude and openness to try new things. Leaders can leverage this by fostering a growth mindset, encouraging continuous learning and adaptation by providing opportunities for professional development, such as coaching sessions, facilitated workshops, or training programs that are customized to your specific needs. I once worked with a tech company that faced rapid industry changes requiring constant upskilling. The CEO implemented a growth mindset initiative offering monthly workshops for leaders and employees and regular coaching sessions for leaders. Within a year, the company's innovation rate had doubled and employee engagement scores increased significantly. I'd like to ask you to reflect on what personal development opportunities have been most impactful for you and your team, and how did they contribute to foster a growth mindset and improving performance? Another effective strategy for conquering underperformance by combining both the inner and the outer games is implementing stress coaching programs that can help leaders to recognize signs of stress in themselves and others as well, and provide concrete tools to manage and overcome stress. Neuroscience research shows that chronic stress can lead to structural changes in the brain, particularly in the prefrontal cortex, the area of the brain responsible for decision making, memory, and learning, as well as the hippocampus, responsible for emotional regulation, and increase the size of the amygdala, which is involved in fear and anxiety. This underscores the importance of stress management in maintaining high performance. Implementing stress coaching programs can mitigate these effects. A study published in the journal Natural Reviews Neuroscience found that stress management techniques such as mindfulness and cognitive behavioral strategies can increase gray matter in the prefrontal cortex and enhance neuroplasticity, thereby improving cognitive functions and emotional resilience. And this reminds me of a client I work with, a senior executive at a large company who was experiencing high levels of stress due to the demanding natures of his job. He often felt overwhelmed and noticed a decline in his decision making abilities and emotional control. We began a comprehensive coaching program that included cognitive behavioral changes, working with awareness, emotion management, and mental well being. Over a few months, he learned to recognize his stress triggers and apply techniques to manage them effectively. Our AYA tool, and that stands for Awareness, Intention, Action, help him stay calm and focused during high pressure situations. Cognitive behavioral strategies allowed him to reframe negative thoughts and reduce anxiety. As a result, he not only reported a significant reduction in his stress levels, but also saw improvements in his cognitive functions. His decision making became sharper, and he was able to regulate his emotions better, leading to a more effective leadership. His overall performance improved, and he felt more balanced and resilient in both his professional and personal life. How do you currently manage stress in your role? And what techniques or practices have you found most effective in maintaining your cognitive and emotional well being? The last strategy I'd like to share with you today is how to build resilience through coaching. Offer resilience coaching programs that teach techniques for stress management, emotional regulation, and adaptive thinking by providing regular coaching sessions to support employees in developing a resilient mindset. A resilient mindset not only enhances individual performance and well-being, but also contributes to the overall health and success of organizations. By fostering resilience, leaders can ensure their teams are better equipped to handle the challenges of today's fast-paced and often unpredictable work environment. In a retail company undergoing significant restructuring, I work with the leadership to implement resilience training through coaching and workshops. We also set up a peer support system where employees could share experiences and coping strategies. This approach helped the company navigate the challenges smoothly with minimal disruption to productivity and morale. Mental resilience allowed leaders to bounce back from setbacks and maintain a positive outlook by developing mental toughness and the ability to navigate challenging times with a clear, focused mind. Overall, the strategies aim to reduce workplace stress, improve productivity, and foster a resilient and adaptive team, ready to face the future challenges with confidence. If you're inspired to elevate your performance and want to learn how these strategies can be tailored to your specific situations, follow Brighter Leaders page on LinkedIn and stay tuned for more insights. You may also get in touch with me for an exploratory call. The purpose of this call is to understand your specific challenges and share my experiences. The primary goal is to provide value without any obligation or pressure to go beyond that one call. I hope your experience with this session is that you have invested your time wisely, that you feel inspired, and that the reflection questions I ask will give you some insights that will lead to some new actions. In other words, I hope I have achieved my goal of giving you value. And because I love giving value, I like to offer you a free download of our book, 7 Common Mistakes That Companies Make While Contracting Coaching Services. Or you can choose to have a free download of 7 actionable strategies to manage underperformance, all with concrete cases, real life cases and examples. Or you might choose to download the first 2 chapters of my latest book that's hit number 1 on Amazon, From Suffering to Surfing. The first 2 chapters are about trusting your intuition and challenging your limits, not limiting your challenges. So I hope you had a beautiful time as I did. Thank you for being here with me today and looking forward to see you again in 2 weeks. Have a beautiful day.